Hey, this is Sasha Evdokov, and thanks for joining me here at BackstageIncome.com, where I share with you how money is made behind the scenes in your business and also your life. Now, in today's video, what I'd like to do is share with you how you can create a really powerful lead magnet for your email list subscribers. So if you're looking to build your email list, you're looking to build your subscriber base, there's usually some sort of way or method that you need to attract people to get them to fill out the registration form to get on your newsletter list. So typically you need some sort of gimmick or a bribe. In general, the email list system, the way that it really works is that you promote something off of a website. It could be an ad. So you're doing some promotion. Then you take them to your website or your www.com. Now on your website, there might be a place where they go ahead and enter their name and their email address. There could be a video above that explains why. It could be that you take them to a lead page or a landing page. But in either case, this is your email address collecting area. Okay, these websites, sometimes they may even look something like a regular website. So you might just have general content. And right here on that right side, you might have your enter your email address right there. And then there's the go button. So they could look like anything. It could even be like a little pop-up that comes up after a certain page that they've reached. So something like that. So after that, it takes them to your email list or it adds them to your list after they went ahead and filled out their information. So it goes ahead and builds your email list. And the more emails that you have in your database or in your list, the more likely it is that when you send out promotional material, when you go ahead and send out news announcements, that those things will be read. So if you go ahead and send out, let's say, a new video that you just launched or released, then by having a larger list, you'll probably get more video views. If you send out a sale or a promotion, then the more likelihood that that promotion, that sale, that book, that video course is going to get more sales if you have a list that's larger. Now, of course, I would assume that you have a targeted email list, not just, let's say, 50,000 email subscribers that aren't really worth much, that aren't interested in you. But if you have 5,000 subscribers versus 50,000 subscribers that are equally targeted, then more than likely 50,000 subscribers is going to get you more promotions, more book sales, more video views. So in the end, having that bigger email list is worthwhile. So the question now that we get to is, how do you increase this conversion? When they come to your website, how do you get these people from your website, whatever method that you're using, to go onto your list? Now, the way that they get there, I mean, there's a lot of different ways. It could be through Facebook, it could be through Twitter. So the way that they get to your website is a whole different story and a whole different ballgame. This is advertising based or just a way to redirect traffic. But now that they're on your website, now that they're looking at your page, how do you get them to go from your website to go into that mailing list? Okay, so there's a few different ways that you can go about doing it. There needs to be a reason why people enter their email address. The email address has now become a little bit more like a currency. So what you can do is exchange it for something. So the reason why people would give you their email address is either to get notified, maybe to get some free goodies, to get a free report. So these are all things that you could do to incentivize people to give you their email address. So some of the things include a free report. You could give them a free video. Maybe there's exclusive content or interviews that you've done with specific expertise or expert people. So again, insider content or information. There even might be some worksheets or workbook that you give out, or even a regular book. Now, these are just simply assets that you can go ahead and produce. There's not anything special about any one of these things. These are really just mediums. They're content mediums or informational mediums. In other words, assets that go ahead and give you an email address, which is another form of assets. But what you could do is structure these to a higher degree or higher level. So why is it that someone might give you their email address for a free report but not for a video, or for a video but not for a book? Well, it comes down to this one simple thing, and that is called the value level. So if we take a look at this line right here and we just call this the value level or the value lever, it's basically like a teeter-totter, like one of those swing sets that you rock back and forth, right? So here in this area, what you do is you have something right here that separates this up and down motion. Now, when you stack enough value on one line, so let's just say I stack enough value, and this could be bricks, it could be PDF reports, it could be videos, what happens to the other side? Well, when there's enough weight right here pushing this side down, this other side rises up. And when this side actually hits this line right here, then this is the giving point. This is the point where people give you their email address. So in simple terms, the more value that you give, the more value that you keep stacking, this will go down because of the weight, this will pop up, and it's gonna go cling, and you're gonna get that email address. In simple terms, here's a more modern example. So let's just say you had a bag of money. Okay, so we'll just say that this is your bag of cash. Okay, and this bag of cash represents a certain task or action that you have to do. And I'm going to give you this bag of cash, whatever's in here. We're just going to say that this bag of cash at this point is worth $20. And I'm going to give you this bag of cash if you go ahead and do 20 push-ups. Now, for many people, this is a no-brainer. I'm definitely going to go ahead and do the 20 push-ups in order to get $20. You can do these push-ups at any given time. You could take as long as you want, but as long as you do the full 20 push-ups, you'll get the $20. That's basically saying $1 per push-up. I mean, imagine how much money you would make if you could do this indefinitely. Now, here's the thing. If I said I'm going to give you $20, but you have to go ahead and do 50,000 push-ups. Now that doesn't seem as incentivizing. Okay, for $20 to do 50,000 push-ups, and you have to get them done in order to get your $20, then most people will say, I'm not really that interested in doing that task. So you can see the difference in where the value line really stems. So if you look at a value line, how much weight you're stacking, you're not stacking as much weight, or you're not giving enough value in order to make this scale or lever cling, and people aren't going to give you their email address because they're not more willing, because it's not a huge incentive. Now let's take things a little bit further. Let's say I give you $5 million to do these same 50,000 push-ups. Now, are you going to go ahead and do them? And you can do them within the next year. All you need to do is just do 50,000 push-ups, but I'm going to give you $5 million. How likely are you going to be to do them? How motivated are you? Now you're going to be probably a lot more motivated than if I was just to give you $20 to do 50,000 push-ups. So again, you can see that now the value has shifted, that even though we left the email address, think of this as our email address, we left these push-ups, still you have to do the same amount of push-ups, you still have to give your email address, but we changed what we're offering. We're changed the offer. So this is our offer, and this is our email address. And the better you can make your offer, the more likely it is you're going to get that email address. So that's why the more value that you keep stacking, the more likely it is you'll get that email address. And this is how a lead magnet is really born and created. This is how you make a magnet really attractive for people to be dying in order to give you their email address, because they want what it is you have to offer. They want that free report. They want that video. Maybe they want that video course that you have to offer. They want to hear that interview, the worksheets, the books, all sorts of different options for you and available. It's just a question of what's inside the book, what's inside the worksheet. What does that worksheet allow them to do? Who is that expert interview with? What is that video really all about? So it's all about giving more value to stack, so that way, in exchange from that offer, you can get that email address. And that's how you make a powerful magnetic bribe or exchange of value for an email address. So thanks for joining me in this video. I hope you found it helpful to building your email list and continuing to grow your business. Now, if you want to see more training videos like this one, go ahead and click this button right up here. And when you get there, enter your name and email address, and I'll continue sending you some of these free training videos, as well as some exclusive content as they are released. And not to mention, you can get some discounts on some of my products and courses that are available. Now, if you want to see some of the products or courses, as well as some of the books that I have written, then go ahead and click the button right below this video, and you'll be taken to that page. Thanks again for sticking with me. Remember to do what you love, contribute to others, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you next time.